Hi everyone, I have created a new channel to explore even more amazing stories, which will also serve as a backup channel. I love to have you all join me on this new adventure. The channel link is in the description. Now back to the recap. When the most beautiful and largest rose of the year bloomed, the gods who saw the child born from the rose praised it. There were those who praised its beauty, while others marveled at the immense divine power and raised their voices in joy. All the gods sensed it. The goddess born from the rose brings the age of Acheron, which had spun for an eternity, to a close, to become their new king. That was 200 years ago. It was the birth of the goddess Ariel. Ariel thought at the next party, "I thought it would be a little better." Then she remembered she had said, "I did it. Now I can make even more flowers bloom than before." The other gods spoke, "Her handling of divine power is the same as usual. Did you even use divine power in the first place? Even if you have innate divine power, if you can't use it, it's just a waste. Next king. Isn't that just laughable?" Originally, divine power is to a god what breathing is to a human. Ariel was born with divine power rivaling that of Acheron, the king of the gods, but she was unable to master that divine power. Ariel thought, "I know it myself. I have been unable to awaken for 200 years. I can't even escape from the image of a child. How pathetic. But no matter what, for them to mock me like that is too much. Let's think about it after getting some sleep first. It's fine. I will just practice more tomorrow so that I can properly master my divine power. The sense of helplessness should be forgotten if I sleep soundly." After some time, Ariel heard voices. Is she dead or something? How could such a small child? She thought, so annoying, you little breaths, coming into my bedroom and disturbing my sleep, she said. Shut up, you puny little things. One of the women said, see, I told you she was not dead. Are you okay, young lady? Ariel thought. Where am I? Humans. Does that mean this place is? Like, is this the surface that I only heard about in stories? The woman shouted, get it together. It is dangerous to be daydreaming in a place like this. Ariel thought. What is with this person all of a sudden? I am trying to think right now. So stop shaking me so much. Ren asked, what is it? Will you answer the prince's question? The woman replied, I was just helping because a child had collapsed on the side of the road. The Grand Duke spoke, from the looks of it, she seems like a noble daughter. Hand this child over to the security team. At that moment, Ariel had a brilliant idea. She thought, I don't know how to return to the heavenly realm now. If you have nowhere to go, it's best to rely on the one who seems to be the wealthiest and most powerful. She spoke, take care of me. Come on, guide me quickly. The woman spoke, I knew it. She must have hit her head. Miss, you should not be so rude to His Highness. Now hurry up and apologize. You are a young lady, after all. Ariel shouted, how dare you touch me so casually, that is rude. The Grand Duke spoke, get that child into the carriage. Ren replied, as you wish, Your Grace. After that, Ariel thought, the human world is just so fun and interesting. There are buildings here I have never seen in the heavenly realm. Even four-legged animals. More importantly, this person is something else. Thanks to this human, I have found myself a place to stay. Maybe the situation is not so bad after all. You better expect a great reward. I will give it to you once I return to the heavens. The Grand Duke asked, what is your name? Ariel thought, talking so casually toward a goddess. No, I should turn a blind eye here. It may be rude, but this human is providing me a place to stay after all. Then she replied, my name is Ariel. The Duke spoke, that name rings a bell. Ren told him, because it is the name of a goddess who was born from roses. She is known for being raised by Acheron, the ruler of the gods. Ariel thought, does that human know about me? Even though I have never shown my appearance in front of humans even once, perhaps the people of this world really see me as a goddess. The Duke asked, are you talking about that stupid goddess, born to be a ruler, yet unable to wield divine power and made into a laughingstock? That is the name of that stupid goddess. Ariel thought, this arrogant bastard, I take back my words. Forget a reward. I will make him pay. Who exactly has been spreading words about me? After that, the Grand Duke said, come here. Ariel spoke, you, guide the way. The Duke spoke, "Bring that child along." Ren thought, "Good grief, I am getting dragged into this." Then, in the palace, the butler and staff welcomed the Duke. The butler asked, "Then, as usual, shall I prepare the bath?" The Duke replied, "Rather, prepare the meal first. I am sure she is starving by now." The butler said, "Then I will prepare the meal right away." The Duke told him, "Escort her to my room after the meal." The butler thought, blonde hair, green pupils, that child. She must be His Majesty's daughter. Next scene, Ariel thought, who knew there was such good food in this world? Humans these days are amazing. The butler said, "You are just like your father, aren't you? Even your favorite food." Ariel asked, "Father," the butler replied, "is that still a difficult word for you?" Father means the same thing as father, Ariel thought. Humans like to use different names. The butler thought, how strange, that the Grand Duchess had an illegitimate child. The Grand Duchess was very sick. She died soon after giving birth to her first child. Ghosts don't give birth to children. This child turns out to be the daughter of the Archduke's secret lover. I'm sure there must be many reasons why he kept it a secret until now. Your Highness, this butler will accept anything. It is time for me to move on to a new bath. No matter what happens, I will responsibly take care of your daughter. After that, the Duke asked, "Did the food suit your taste?" Ariel replied, "It was okay." The Duke said, "That is good." Ariel thought, a lump. Why all of a sudden, do humans put clay on a plate to decorate it? I don't see the beauty in that. The Duke said, "Eat," Ariel replied. "What? Eat? Why die?" The Duke asked, "You don't want to eat it?" Ariel thought, "Why, you really want me to eat a lump of earth? Even though you don't know who I am. This is just too much. What a foolish human being. Even divine punishment is not enough, but to me now, I don't even have the power to punish one human being. I will definitely get my revenge someday. What is this? I did not know there was such sweet earth and stone in the world. Is the soil of the human world always this tasty?" The Duke said, "That," Ariel replied, "All right, I will let you ask me a question." The Duke continued, "Do you know your surname? I mean family name, or parents' name?" Ariel thought, "What is parents?" The Duke spoke, "It is fine." Then he thought, "It seems she doesn't know anything. I will have Ren look into it." Then he said, "All right, you can step back now." Ariel thought, "Wait, a lump of earth. I am not yet mentally prepared. Don't go, my lump of earth." On the other hand, Ahin asked, "Father has a bastard." Ben replied, "That is right." The servants said, "She looks just like His Highness." Ahin spoke, "Well then, I am going to go and see her face." Scene change. The maid spoke, "Such silky hair, and what incredibly soft skin. It's like cotton candy. The servants at the previous estate must have taken great care of her. My lady, you are simply adorable. But why has she been so depressed since earlier? Did something displease her?" Actually, if it were the usual Ariel, she would normally bask in these sweet compliments. She would show a smug face and say, "Of course." Ariel thought, "My precious lump of dirt, leaving them behind in that cold place where that despicable human is. My precious lump of dirt." After some time, Ben spoke, "That is exactly how Lord Ahin should be. A bastard child in the house of the Grand Duke, who values honor as much as her own life. It has been bothering me for some time now. Let's make it clear from the start so she doesn't get any strange ideas." Ahin told him, "You're making such a big deal out of dealing with a brat who still reeks of milk. The discussion about the successor was settled 2 years ago, so even if that kid does become part of the Cloud family, she won't be a threat to my position. More than anything, father is not the type of person to go back on his word once he has spoken." Ben replied, "Well, that is true. But deciding something this important without even consulting Lord Ahin is just too much." Ahin spoke, "Is that so? I actually think it's a good thing. At least now, the ridiculous rumors about father being a man-lover have been proven false." Ben commented, "Somehow, I still can't quite accept it." Ahin thought, the illegitimate child that father suddenly brought home. I don't feel even the slightest sense of rivalry toward that brat. My position is already solid and unshakable. I'm not weak enough to see a bastard child as a threat. there is only one thing that bothers me. Her mother, to have captivated my strict and unyielding father. Just how beautiful must that woman be? I should stop thinking about this. This should be interesting. Just what kind of person is she? Aheen asked. Is this really the right room? Ben replied, yes, it should be. I was told this was the room, but where did she go? Aheen stated, let's wait here. I need to see that rumored face at least once. Why are there so many cookies? Who the hell piled them up so crudely? Are these from the servants? Ariel came and shouted, don't touch them without permission, she thought. That bastard. How dare he touch my precious lumps of dirt? Do you have any idea how much trouble I went through to obtain that? Then again, she said, put it back on the plate immediately. Ben thought, that illegitimate child. How dare she be so disrespectful to Lord Aheen? Not once in his entire life has anyone ever spoken to him like that. He is definitely angry. Aheen stated, what did you say? I was going to let this slide, but it seems I no longer can. That insolent brat. I need to teach her right here and now who holds the power, otherwise, this will become a bigger problem later. After that, the maids came and said, sorry to keep you waiting, it is tea time. Then she asked, young master, what on earth are you doing? Aheen thought. Why am I the one cleaning the floor? After that, the maid asked, have you both calmed down a little? Aheen thought. Something feels off. At first, I was certain. Then he remembered, I said I need to clearly establish who is in charge here, otherwise, this could become troublesome later. Maybe I'll teach this cheeky brat a little lesson. Stated, you have been muttering nonsense for a while now. Putting your feet on the table is disrespectful, get them off immediately. Don't you have any manners? Aheen thought, why do I have to be spoken to like that? I ended up showing a side that is not like me at all. Such a strange one. She really is just like father, almost as if she suddenly fell from the sky. Of course, unlike father, her eyes, slanted like a cat, her adorable nose and lips, her flushed cheeks and cheeky expression. Come to think of it, she is actually rather charming. No, that's not it, all kids are cute. It's not like she looks especially adorable or anything. Ariel thought, good grief, what has he been groaning about by himself for so long? Then she asked, how long are you planning to keep me waiting? Hurry up and tell me why you have brought me here. Aheen thought, what a way to speak, coming from such a little squirt. Hold it together, it's for the sake of what's to come. Then he said, I apologize, I did not mean to dirty the room earlier. My name is Aheen Cloudif. I got a little carried away after hearing the news of someone new joining the Duke household, and I ended up being rude. So, what is your name? Ariel replied, I am Lady Ariel. Aheen said, that name sounds familiar, the foolish goddess. No, I mean, it's the same name as the goddess said to have been born from a rose. It's a good name. Ariel Cloudif. Ariel replied, I am just Ariel. Aheen said, so father has not granted you the family name yet. Don't worry, now that you have come to the Duke residence, you are also a member of the Cloudif family. Therefore, your name is not just Ariel, you will take father's family name and become Ariel Cloudif. Ariel thought, even though I am only staying temporarily, do I have to bear traces of human in my name? Humans have such peculiar customs. So this is what the conversation was about. She asked, by the way, what is your relationship with father? Why are you telling me such things? Aheen said, what a strange thing to ask. What kind of relationship? You say, of course, we share the same blood. Ariel thought, they have a custom of sharing blood with one another. Aheen continued, naturally, the only ones alive now are my father and me. Ariel thought, can they die from it? How cruel. No, this might just be a misunderstanding. She said, could it be, that this blood you speak of, is the blood that flows within the body? She thought, please, tell me that is not the case. Aheen replied, of course. Then he asked, what is wrong? Ariel thought, my blood belongs to no one. The next scene, the Grand Duke asked, did you confirm it properly? Ren replied, of course, Your Highness. I sent someone to confirm at all the administrative offices in the capital, but there were no records of a child with blonde hair and green eyes. The Duke thought, that is strange, with a dignified appearance and a high-quality dress, an attitude accustomed to using people. It does not seem like she would wander aimlessly without a goal. Ren asked, "Do you have any idea what this might be about?" Suddenly, a maid came. Ren said, "What do you think this place is? It is rude to enter without knocking." The Duke said, "Calm down and tell me what happened." The maid replied, "I apologize, please, could you come with me right now?" After that, the Duke asked the butler, "What is this situation?" The butler thought, "We don't understand either." While talking with the young master, she suddenly lost consciousness. Even when we called a doctor, they said there was no problem with her body. The Duke asked again, "What happened?" The butler replied, "She suddenly collapsed, so we don't know the exact reason." The Duke said, "A healthy child suddenly collapsed. Are you telling me to believe such a story?" Suddenly, Ariel woke up and shouted, "Stop it. I will absolutely not give my blood." The Duke asked, "What are you talking about? Could it be that while I was away, you did something strange to this child?" All of them replied, "That would never happen." The Duke thought, "Certainly, child abuse is impossible in this mansion. If lives are precious, then such a thing would not happen. Wait, could this child be a blood bag?" A blood bag is someone who provides blood for transfusion. It is an illegal but deeply rooted habit in the Empire. I thought it was strange because the child went missing without family. How many deep wounds has she suffered, physically and emotionally? As the Grand Duke, it is my fault for not maintaining order. I must take responsibility and put an end to this matter. But first, we need to reassure this child. Ariel thought, "What should I do? While I was sleeping, the number of people targeting my blood has increased. I don't want it. I don't want to die like this." The Duke said, "It is okay. As long as I am here, I promise that no harm will come to you, so you don't have to be afraid." Ariel thought, "Why are you suddenly speaking kindly? Didn't you come to take my blood?" "Don't worry, I'll make sure no one takes my blood." She asked, "You really won't take my blood?" The Duke asked, "What would I use your blood for? More than that, won't you tell me who threatened you?" Ariel thought, "This person is kind. He sometimes has a cheeky attitude, but he does not seem like a bad person." Then she thought, "Why is that person here?" The next moment, Ariel said, "That person is the one." Aheen said, "Me. It's not me. Don't say such things on your own." The Grand Duke said, "Follow me." Aheen replied, "It's a misunderstanding, father." This incident was a habitual occurrence in the underworld. It became the trigger to end the bloodbag slave system. Aheen became the only victim. Next scene, Ariel thought, "It has already been a week since I suddenly fell to the earth and started living in a human house. I'm really glad everything was just a misunderstanding." So, humans were such good-natured beings all along. Now that the misunderstanding is cleared up, I can finally relax. The sheer scale of this piece is impressive, but it is utterly dull. Then she said, "You scared me. How long have you been there?" The maid replied, "My lady, if you are struggling with boredom, why not go out for a bit?" Ariel said, "Going out, that's a great idea. Let's head out at once." On the other hand, Aheen thought, "That brat really put me through hell. How dare she falsely accuse me? Do you have any idea how much trouble I went through to clear up that misunderstanding?" And at the end, father said, "After investigating, it seems it was all a mistake. My apologies." Aheen thought, "Are you seriously ending this with just one sentence? That brat. Next time we meet, no matter how much she cries and begs on her knees, I will never forgive her." Aheen said, "You've come at just the right time. This time, I will make it clear who is superior." Ariel asked, "So it was you, the one offering to be my guide. Why are you just standing there like that?" Aheen thought, "Cute. Wait, what the hell? What are you thinking? Did you already forget what that brat did to you?" The maid spoke, "Since the Grand Duke is out inspecting the territory today, I came to ask for permission to go out, but for you to personally accompany us. What an honor." Aheen thought, "So that's what this is about. She never seems to get tired. She's been buying that brat's clothes and accessories non-stop. If we keep walking around this much, that tiny thing will." Ariel spoke, "Please stop that woman, my feet hurt. I don't want to walk anymore. I want to sit down." Aheen thought, "I knew it." Then he said, "We'll rest over there, so go finish your shopping." After that, Aheen said, "Finally, I can rest." Ariel thought, "What do they do here? This smell. Soil clumps. I haven't had any in so long." A knight came and said, "Young master, could you come here for a moment?" Aheen replied, "I see." Ariel thought, "This is my chance." Aheen told her, "I've got something to take care of. You'll be fine on your own, right?" Ariel replied, "Of course, just hurry up and go." Aheen continued, "Don't do anything unnecessary and just wait here quietly." Ariel thought, "All right, time to fully indulge in my precious soil clumps." Then she said, "Bring me the finest soil clump you've got." Next moment, Aheen heard the scream of Ariel. Then they started running toward the cafe. Aheen shouted, "What is wrong?" Ariel said, "What is this? It's rotten. Are you mocking me?" The waiter replied, "I only brought you soil clumps as you ordered." Aheen asked, "You, what exactly did you eat?" After some time, the maid spoke, "My lady, here, have a cookie." So thanks to this, Ariel never learned the name of the soil clumps. The maid asked, "Do you like cookies that much?" Ariel replied, "Yes. They are truly delicious, give me more." The maid told her, "That's enough for today. If you eat too much, you'll get a stomachache. I'll give you more tomorrow." Ariel said, "I still want more." The maid replied, "My lady, there is always tomorrow. Since you are holding back today, tomorrow it will taste even better." Ariel thought, "Well, whatever, being petted by this human. It actually feels nice." Then she asked, "Wait, this is strangely satisfying." The maid said, "Going out then, that might be difficult today." Ariel asked, "Why?" The maid replied, "When you go out, you need permission from His Highness or the young master. Unfortunately, both of them are away today." Ariel thought, "You're telling me I need permission from mere humans to go outside?" The maid told her, "My lady, don't be disappointed. His Highness will be back for dinner. It seems he'll be returning earlier than expected. I suppose he is worried about you." Ariel asked, "Worried about me? Why?" The maid replied, "Because such an adorable daughter is waiting for her daddy to come home." Ariel asked, "Daddy?" The maid told her, "Yes, of course. It's totally natural for a father to be concerned. Since he's coming back, why not take this chance to talk to him? If his daughter invites him, he surely won't refuse." After that, Ariel thought, Grand Duke, His Highness, father, and now daddy, daughter, daddy. What in the world is all this? Why would that human be worried? Wait a second. Even if I can't go outside, I'm free to walk around inside the mansion. After some time, Ariel thought, this soft soil and refreshing air, it feels like a weight has been lifted from my chest. I had no idea there was such a beautiful garden inside this mansion. I'll make good use of this place from now on. Suddenly she said, "Who dares to sting the body of a goddess? I won't let this slide. You wretched bug. Was this your doing? How dare you wound the goddess's skin and act so shamelessly? Apologize now, and I might just forgive you." So you refuse? Fine, then come here. If you won't learn the easy way, you'll have to learn the hard way. Wait, don't come any closer. Then at night, she thought, those vile little bugs, they all attacked at once. That is totally unfair. Just wait for me, you little, but first, I need to go back and clean myself up. But, when did I wander all the way here? I need to go back to the mansion, but it's so dark, I can't see the path at all. How am I supposed to find my way back? Suddenly she shouted, "Stop, stay back, don't come any closer." The Grand Duke came and said, "So this is where you are?" Ariel continued, "I was wrong." The Duke said, "I was wondering where you had gone off to." Ariel said, "Daddy?" Ariel said, "Papa." The Duke thought, "What?" Ariel continued, "You're late. I was so scared." "Papa, you idiot." The Duke asked, "I'm your papa." Then he remembered, that's right. Today was the day for inspecting the territory. However, because the land is so vast, after finishing the inspection, I was especially tired today. I thought I would make sure to rest well when I returned home, at least, that's what I thought. The maids shouted, "She's not in the garden. I don't see her on the second floor terrace either. Double check her room just to be sure." The Duke said, "Butler, it's getting quite noisy. Did something happen?" The butler replied, actually, the young lady. After that, the Duke thought, why does she constantly cause such commotion? If she's not found in the mansion, she must have headed toward the forest. I need to find her before she's attacked by wild beasts. There, the voice came from there. When I found her, the first thing I felt was relief, and then he said, let's just head back for now. After some time, Ariel said, that hurts, can't you be a little gentler? The doctor told her, dear, just bear with it a little longer. Ariel continued, next time I meet those guys, I won't let them off lightly, I'll definitely get back at them. The doctor said, indeed. I'll help you with that too. The Duke thought, Papa, not even Ahin had ever called me that before. The doctor said, Your Highness, I've finished treating the young lady. The Duke said, I see, thank you for your efforts late at night. The doctor replied, not at all, please be sure to apply the medication properly for a while. The Duke told him, understood, I'll keep that in mind. Then he thought, this swelling is present, but it should heal in a few days. It doesn't look like there's any concern for scarring. Then he said, since this child is safe, everyone can return to their duties. The Duke thought, it's been a long day, perhaps it's time for me to rest as well. Ariel grabbed his clothes. The maid asked, Your Highness, are you not leaving? The Duke replied, well, I have something to discuss with this child, you go on ahead. After that, the Duke asked, so then, why are you clutching my clothes? Ariel shouted. Why, you ask? Of course it's because it's dangerous. What if something attacks again? The Duke told her, don't worry, nothing can get in here. Look, even the windows are securely closed. Ariel said, no, they might break through the window and come in. They're terrifying creatures, capable of anything. The Grand Duke thought, looking at her like this, she's just a child. Then he asked, fine, I'll do as you wish. What would help you sleep soundly? Ariel replied, stay by my side until I fall asleep. The Duke asked, is that all right? Ariel replied, why are you standing so far away? Stick close to me. The Duke asked, like this. Ariel told him, closer. Come even closer. Now finally, I feel like I can sleep peacefully. The Duke thought, good grief. I truly feel as if I've gained a daughter, but this kind of thing, it's not so bad after all. Then in the morning, Ariel, while sleeping, said, take that, you fools, that's what you get for underestimating me. It's divine punishment. I am the great Ariel. The Duke thought, no, it seems that was merely a fleeting illusion of the night. Next scene Ariel speak Papa, what are you dawdling for? Hurry up and come to my room. It is almost time for me to go to bed. The Grand Duke asked, why are you even coming to tell me this? Don't tell me. You want me to sleep in your room again tonight? Ariel replied, of course. I heard that rowdy bird crying again earlier. Who knows what might happen, so come quickly. The Duke thought, it's been a week since then, being summoned so often is intolerable. I need to make it clear to her soon, Ariel said. Then I will head in first, so come quickly, all right. After that, the butler said, Your Highness, may I have a quick word before you retire? I believe it is about time for the young lady to begin her lessons. She is still very young, so there is no need to rush, but learning proper etiquette and basic reading and writing might be appropriate. The Grand Duke thought, providing an education for a child I am only temporarily taking care of. True, for a child without supportive parents, the world is not exactly kind. The Duke told him, that's right, let's go with that. Teaching her would not be a waste. The butler replied, leave the young lady's matters to me. After that, Martha, the new tutor, came and asked, is this my new workplace? Ariel asked, what did you say? The butler replied, young lady, it is exactly as it sounds. This is Mrs. Martha, who will be serving as your tutor starting today. The teacher said, there is so much to teach. Ariel asked, what do you mean? Why must I receive an education? I don't need such a thing. Wait. The teacher said, well, young lady, shall we start by learning how to tidy up that messy hair of yours? After that, Ahin thought, literature lessons, why are they always so tedious? It would have been better if it had been a swordsmanship spar instead. I'm done for today, time to rest. Next moment, he asked, "What are you doing here?" Ariel replied. "Quiet, I did not want to be found." Ahin asked. "Found by who?" Ariel replied. "That is none of your concern." Ahin said, "No one is allowed to enter this room without my permission." Ariel asked. "Is that so?" Ahin replied. "Then who exactly are you hiding from?" Ariel replied, "Truly despicable humans. If they find me, they will make me learn those weird letters again." Ahin said. "You mean the new tutor?" Ariel replied, "Always bringing up stuff about being a duke's daughter. Why must I become something like that?" Ahin told her, "Don't make such a fuss over mere letters." Ariel said, "It's not because it's hard, but because there is no reason to learn. Of course, it's also boring." Ariel emphasized, "If you learn letters, you can read books, and reading books increases your knowledge." Ariel asked, "And why is that important?" Ahin continued, "Knowledge is power. It is natural to want to follow someone who is intelligent. Surely, you would not want to live a life being looked down on by subordinates, would you?" Ariel thought, "Certainly, I never want to experience such misery again," she said. "But lessons are just so boring," Ahin said. "I understand how you feel. There is no choice but to use a secret strategy. You like those cookies, don't you?" After that, the maid said, "The cookies are all gone." The chef asked, "Didn't you take a bunch earlier?" The maid replied, "Bake more quickly, hurry up. The young lady really ate all of those." On the other hand, the teacher said, "Yes, young lady. How brilliant you are. This is how you will grow into a refined lady. Even if cookies are more effective than my teaching methods." Ahin told her, "The cookies are all gone. Shall we call it a day?" Ariel replied, "No, I can still manage more. I want to study a little more, so bring me cookies immediately." Ahin spoke, "Now read it. The ruler of the gods is Acheron. Did you remember that?" Ariel replied, "Of course. I know that much. Since I have read one page, I can eat now." Suddenly, she said, "My stomach." Ahin asked, "Your stomach, does it hurt?" He thought, "What is going on? Call a doctor immediately." After that, Ariel said, "I am done with studying." Ahin thought, "I can't believe this happened to me." The nanny asked, "Young master, what on earth? How many cookies did you feed such a small child for it to come to this? From now on, snacks are absolutely forbidden." Ahin replied, "Got it." Then he thought, "If cookies are out, what should I use to bait her into studying? Dresses, or jewels? She does not seem interested in those at all." A maid came and asked, "Are you troubled about the young lady's studies?" Ahin replied, "Yes, I finally managed to get her to sit at the desk. Now I am wondering what I should use next to get her to study. We will have to bait her with something she likes." The maid replied, "What about that?" Ahin asked, "Do you dislike studying so much?" Ariel thought, "What is with that smug look, even without cookies?" Then she replied, "Of course. Honestly, someone like me does not need to study. I only pretended to study for the sake of cookies." Ahin asked, "Then how about going out? I thought you might be bored studying inside the mansion all the time." Ariel thought, "This is my chance. The mansion is dull, and going out alone is far too scary to even consider." Then she said, "Fine, let's go out." Ahin told her, "But there is one condition. If you study with the tutor, I will take you. How about it? Want to give it a try?" After some time, the maid asked, "Are you that happy?" Ariel replied, "Yes, of course." She thought, "I worked really hard studying just for this day." The maid told her, "But the outside is dangerous, so please be careful, don't let go of your brother's hand." Ariel thought, "Why do humans have so many different titles? It is such a hassle." "Well, as long as I can go out, it does not matter," she replied. "Yes, I will hold my brother's hand tightly and head out." Next scene. Noble ladies chatted. "Is that the child everyone is talking about?" "That's right. She is the one the Duke took in. She looks just like His Highness, doesn't she? Could it be she is going to become the Duke's daughter?" One of the noble ladies said, "Absolutely not. That could not possibly happen. For an illegitimate child to become a Duke's daughter, that is unthinkable. I can't imagine His Highness committing such a blunder." Then she thought, "How irritating. Everywhere I go, it is always talk about that illegitimate child. He did not even glance at the marriage proposal sent from our family. Just think about it. Why has His Highness kept that child's existence a secret until now? Then she said, just imagine what kind of rumors will spread in the capital by tomorrow. It is terrifying. I only hope His Highness's honor is not affected. Ahin spoke, how dare you so casually speak of father's name, to insult His Majesty's only brother and the sole Grand Duke of this empire. You could be immediately prosecuted for insulting the royal family without a word of complaint. The noble lady asked, what are you talking about? Insulting? I have not said anything wrong. Just because noble blood mingles with a lowly body does not change the essence. Are you saying that, lowly child becoming the Duke's daughter is something the Grand Duke would accept? Ahin stated, you insolent wretch. Ariel stated, you over there, what did you just say, looking down on me, who do you think you are? The noble lady said, how convenient, this little girl. Next scene, Ahin said, defamation of the ducal lineage. The Grand Duke asked, do you really need to go that far? Ahin replied, of course we do, insulting father like that. Even if that child is a bastard, she is still of the Cloudif bloodline. The Duke asked, bastard, what does that mean? Suddenly, Ren came and whispered, things took an unexpected turn, the child we picked up the other day. People are saying she is your highness's illegitimate child. The Grand Duke asked, how did the story get blown out of proportion like this? I didn't give a proper explanation about that child. Ren spoke, it seems that the child looks just like you, so that misunderstanding took root. The Grand Duke thought, that explains why everyone is being so overly cautious about the temporary guardianship. How did things end up like this? Where should we even begin to clear up this misunderstanding? The butler came and told him, Your Highness, we believe in you. If you believe that the existence of an illegitimate child would tarnish your honor, and you are making that face, then you are being far too cold-hearted. No matter her background, the young lady is in no way at fault. Ahin asked, is this true? I thought father was a man with more sense of responsibility. The Grand Duke thought, why must I be criticized so much over an illegitimate child I have no knowledge of? I want to clear up this misunderstanding as soon as possible. But if word gets out that a commoner child injured a noble body, this has taken a very troubling turn. Ariel came and spoke, Daddy, I have been injured, hurry and treat me. The Duke thought, I have to do this. Ariel said, what are you staring at? I told you it hurts. The Duke spoke, prepare the adoption papers immediately. Next day, a nobleman spoke, I apologize, Your Highness. My foolish daughter has been terribly disrespectful to you. What are you doing? Hurry and apologize. The noble lady said, I am so sorry. The Duke asked, is that all? The person you need to apologize to is not me. The nobleman continued, I sincerely apologize to the young lady as well. She is my only daughter, and I have spoiled her too much, so she lacks discipline. I will make sure this never happens again. The Duke asked, what will you do? Ariel replied, what do you mean? The Duke told her, you can decide what to do with that young lady. The nobleman was shocked. The Grand Duke asked, why are you so surprised? The person who was insulted should be the one to decide the punishment. Ariel stated, you are really letting me do whatever I want. In that case, get those people out of my sight right now. You are prohibited from consuming food for 3 days. The Grand Duke asked, is that all? Ariel thought, was that too lenient? Going without food for 3 days should be pretty harsh. Then she said, no snacks either. She thought, is this too much? Ariel continued, but they are allowed to drink water. The Duke started laughing. Ariel asked, why are you laughing? The Grand Duke spoke, sorry, I should apologize. Truly, my daughter is merciful. So you are aware, my daughter has forbidden you food for 3 days. If you break this promise, you will be put on trial, so keep that in mind. Then at night, the Duke thought, how strange, I never thought I would actually adopt that child. At this point, I have no choice but to raise her properly. Ren came and told him, a messenger from the palace has arrived. His Majesty has issued a command for you and the young lady to attend the palace tomorrow. Next scene, the Grand Duke thought, I had planned to visit the Imperial Palace soon anyway, but for brother to contact me first. No, His Majesty the Emperor, My brother. He always adored me. His only biological younger brother. However, at the same time, the moment he ascended the throne, he mercilessly slaughtered all his half-siblings. He is a ruthless man. I just hope Ariel does not upset my brother. After that, the emperor spoke. How adorable. The duke thought, is this really the same person? I expected the worst first impression, but what is with this kind and considerate attitude? Ariel asked, what is this food called? The emperor replied, it is called cake, young lady. The duke spoke, everyone, leave us. He thought, please maintain your dignity, brother. Ariel spoke, this food called cake has an exquisite taste. The emperor asked, did you like it, young lady? Here, have this too, and this. I will put more on your plate. The duke spoke, Jane, take Ariel away. The emperor said, oh dear, but I have not finished eating yet. The duke said, Your Majesty, please maintain your dignity as emperor. The emperor spoke, perhaps I got a bit too excited, still, I was quite surprised when I actually met her, for you, of all people, a man who dislikes women, to have an illegitimate child. I do find it regrettable that you hid her existence until now. The duke thought, after all, rumors of an illegitimate child could damage the royal family's prestige. He said, I sincerely apologize for the misunderstanding. The emperor spoke, you scoundrel, how dare you have a daughter before me? You know how much I have wanted a daughter. I have prayed for over 10 years, and yet all I get are unbearable, stubborn sons. How did you manage to have such a cute daughter? We are brothers. You could at least share your secrets. What method did you use? The duke replied, well, actually, I found her. The emperor asked, so that child is not your biological daughter, which makes this all the more curious. Blondes are common, but those green eyes, I have never seen them on anyone outside the royal family. The Grand Duke replied, indeed, I only noticed that later and found it strange myself. Where did a child who looks so much like royal come from? But I have decided to adopt her and raise her properly. These are the adoption papers, if you approve. The emperor replied, no, I cannot allow her to be added to the royal registry. The duke asked, brother, what are you doing? The emperor replied, there is something bothering me. What does Ahin think about this? Think about it. From Ahin's perspective, as an only child, this must not sit well with him. Why is he showing indifference when he is your only son? We cannot discuss this without him. Bring the child here first. We will talk before making any decision about her registry. Now then, I have my next engagement to attend. Excuse me. We will meet again. The duke asked, brother, what did you just say? Next scene, Ahin asked. His Majesty rejected adding her to the royal registry. What was the reason? Why such a decision? The duke replied, His Majesty said your opinion matters most. You are the eldest son and the only heir of the Cloudy family. His words do make sense. I was late to ask, but what do you think? Are you fine with it? With her truly becoming your sister? Ahin replied, even if I had objections, what could I do? It's not as if we can return a child once she is born. A single new sister is not enough to shake my position, so there is no need to worry. To be honest, I've started growing attached to her. At this point, if we send her away, who else could possibly handle this wild horse? The duke thought, not honest with his feelings. He replied, I see, so that is your decision. After that, they arrived at the royal palace. The duke thought, this should settle the matter. Brother should be satisfied now. After that, the emperor said, oh my, how adorable as always. Here, try this too, an orange tart. Then how about this cake with extra cream? There is also a walnut pie. The duke said, Your Majesty. The emperor replied, enough noise. I'm busy right now. If it's not urgent, leave it for later. The duke thought, busy doing what exactly? Then he said, weren't you going to ask Ahin something? The emperor replied, but Ahin is not here, is he? Didn't I say we would discuss this while the child was present? Ahin spoke, I have been here this whole time, Your Majesty. Jane came and said, shall we go outside for some fresh air? Ariel asked. Why? Jane replied. The adults need to have a discussion. Let's go explore somewhere else. After that, Jane thought, oh dear, The young lady spilled food on her beautiful dress again. I will fetch something to clean it, please wait here. Ariel thought, there are just too many delicious things in the human world. I should have brought more, even in a rush. Who is he? Looks suspicious. Something about him seems familiar. What was it? There is a word for being like that. Yes, I remember now. Then she said, over there. Puppy. The prince asked, why would you say such a terrible thing? Ariel said, quiet, you. Why are you crying? The prince replied, calling someone a dog. That's so mean. Ariel spoke, be quiet, if you have complaints, then speak properly, you have a mouth, don't you? Another prince came and spoke. This is your fault. Ariel thought. He looks just like him, two identical puppies. Ariel continued thinking, left puppy, right puppy, two identical humans. This is the legendary creature with the same face. Isn't it Fabio? Weren't you exiled for going against Acheron? What should I do? The other said, Fabio is a brute with monstrous strength. There's no way I can fight against that. Stay calm. You must not show fear. This is a matter of my pride as a god. Then she said, come at me, you bastards. Elvire said, she's quite an odd one, brother. Claude replied, perhaps. This is the royal garden. We should confirm who she is first. Aheen came, and Ariel hugged him. Then she said, Fabio appeared. Aheen asked, you mean the monster from mythology? There's no way something like that really exists. I see. So those two are not monsters. They are the princes. They are His Majesty's sons. Ariel thought, His Majesty, that good human from earlier, she asked, but those two have the same face. Aheen told her, of course, both of them are twins. On the other hand, the Grand Duke spoke, Your Majesty, you've heard Aheen's opinion. He agrees with adding Ariel to the royal registry, so why? The Emperor replied, I still believe you should not take in Ariel, for you. Honor is as precious as life itself. A bastard child is out of the question. The Duke said, that is not the truth, so I don't mind, besides, I already. The Emperor emphasized, no, that's not the point. It cannot be done. The others don't know the details. Even if they don't say it to your face, they will judge you behind your back. We will discuss this again once the Empress returns from her retreat. Back on Ariel's side, the prince stated, that would make you a bastard, wouldn't it? Ariel replied, bastard? I am a duchess. Say it properly. The prince said, calling yourself a duchess is an outrageous lie. Aheen told them, actually, it's not incorrect. Soon, she will officially become a Cloudy family adoptee, after all. The prince thought, what does it matter? She's still a bastard either way, and yet, why is he acting so proud? Even if she's lucky getting adopted into a ducal family, her origins won't change. I will have to make the rankings clear. Then he said, to disrespect a prince like that, even if she loses her head, she has no right to complain. I won't overlook this today. I will tell father and have her punished. Then he thought, that should scare her into behaving. Ariel asked, father, the prince told her, don't play dumb, or do you really not know? I mean my father is the emperor of this empire. Ariel replied, I have a papa too. The prince said, your father is a duke. My father is His Majesty the Emperor. The Emperor came and asked, what is going on here? The prince told him, father, you came at the perfect time. Look at her. She had the audacity to call a prince a puppy. She must be punished immediately. Then he thought, now she can't pretend not to know, you're finished. The Emperor asked, you called my princes puppies. I see. I always thought my boys reminded me of something. And it is puppies, that is perfect. Such an adorable nickname. Both of them were shocked. After some time, Aheen said, something doesn't add up. It's one thing to laugh off Ariel's rudeness toward the princes, but to still refuse the adoption. What exactly is His Majesty thinking? Father, why don't we get the temple's approval first? If the temple allows it, His Majesty will have no choice but to agree. The Grand Duke replied, of course, that is an option. Then he said, turn around, we're heading to the temple. After that, the Duke started reading, my dear brother, I anticipated from the beginning that you would head to the temple. Please do not disgrace yourself with such foolish actions. The knight spoke, therefore, by imperial decree, you are not permitted to enter the temple. I am truly sorry, your highness. The duke thought, I already sensed that my brother was acting strangely, but this is beyond just protecting my honor, there must be another reason behind this. Then he said, tell his majesty this. I can handle my own affairs, he need not worry about me. The knights replied, we deeply apologize, your highness, but as members of the imperial knights, his majesty's orders take top priority. Even if you are the Grand Duke, we cannot allow you to pass. The Grand Duke stated, you all, how dare you stand in my way? In the carriage, Ariel thought, what is this? A sensation both familiar and utterly disgusting. A deeply unpleasant aura. I know this aura. I remember this revolting feeling. The only one who gives off this kind of aura is. So it was you, Arnaud God. Arnaud spoke, what a coincidence. Long time no see, you clumsy little brat. I was wondering why I hadn't seen you lately. So, you were down on Earth, got bored, and decided to come play. Ariel replied, that's not it, I fell without realizing it, you idiot, Arnaud asked. And who are you calling an idiot? Ariel asked. Why would you hit me? Arnaud replied, because a child like you shouldn't act so cocky, so you just randomly fell from the heavens. Ariel told her, that's right, I woke up and suddenly found myself here. Arnaud asked, so you have no idea why? Ariel replied, that's what I just said. Anyway, this is perfect timing, take me back to the heavens now. Arnaud spoke, sorry, I didn't catch that, what did you say? Ariel replied, don't pretend you didn't hear me. Take me back to the heavens immediately, you don't have anything better to do. Arnaud asked, and why should I? What do I gain from helping a worthless, arrogant brat like you? Besides, is that how you ask someone for help? Just like how humans pray to us gods, but I guess a god with no followers like you wouldn't understand, when you ask for help, you beg. Ariel thought, she's telling me to imitate a human, this infuriates me. I was born destined to be king of the gods. No, calm down. First, getting back to the heavens takes priority. Then she said, please, great Arnaud, she thought, endure it, once I return to the heavens, I will never have to do this again. Arnaud spoke, by the way, do you really need to return to the heavens? If you can't even use your divine power properly, you're not much different from a human. Even if you do go back, all you'll do is lock yourself in your room and wander around aimlessly. I think staying in the human world would suit you better. Ariel shouted, don't be ridiculous, I did what you asked, stop talking nonsense. Arnaud replied, but watching the goddess Ariel kneel was so entertaining, sorry, I never planned on helping you in the first place. But for old time's sake, I'll give you a warning, make sure the humans don't find out you're a god, a powerless god, who knows what they might do to you. Ariel shouted, that woman, does she really think I'd be grateful for such a warning? How dare she toy with me? The great Ariel, once I return to the heavens, she is done for. Next scene, the Grand Duke said, Your Majesty, please stop. The Emperor asked, why, you should be the one to stop this nonsense. Burning a gift bestowed by the Emperor is practically treason. Do you know how much effort it took to prepare that gift? Choosing something that suits Ariel was difficult. The Duke replied, I did it only to protect my daughter from my greedy brother, who is after my niece. He thought, I had my suspicions, but you think the real reason my brother refuses the adoption is because he's truly after Ariel. He finally revealed his true intentions. He sends gifts every single day, he doesn't even bother looking at the letters. The Emperor asked, why are you so obsessed with that child? Even though she's not your blood relative, that is too much. It has always been your brother's dream to have a daughter. Ahin thought, what did he just say? Ariel is not my father's real daughter. No, that doesn't matter right now. What's important now is that my uncle, the Emperor himself, is trying to adopt my sister. But honestly, I've grown quite fond of her. That's exactly why I need to make my feelings clear. After that, Ahin said, I have always believed that my father was an honest man, so when I heard that he was taking in an illegitimate child, I was shocked. Of all things, my father's illegitimate child, someone that could stain our noble house's reputation. However, at the same time, I felt that this decision was just like my father, facing the past without turning away. That is something I respect about him. So as a member of the Cloudy family, I want to support my father's choice. The emperor replied, that is right, you are absolutely right. My brother is a responsible man who never runs away from his duties, but this is the one thing I can never concede. Ahin thought, so this is not enough after all. I have no choice but to use my last resort. Ahin stated, either way, Your Majesty will never be able to adopt Ariel. There is no way the imperial princes would approve. Previously, Your Majesty, you asked me from the bottom of your heart whether I could accept Ariel as family. If that is the kind of ruler you are, then surely you will consider it for yourself also. The emperor thought, that's right, those two will absolutely oppose it. What a clever child. Suddenly, the Empress arrived. Ariel thought, that woman. She is covered in the aura of Beto, the god of death. At this rate, she does not have much time left. The Empress spoke, so this is the girl in question. How adorable, and she looks like Your Majesty. I heard you like sweet desserts. Here. I prepared this just for you. Ariel replied, it is too delicious. What is this? Does that mean I can only eat this fruit if you are here? The Empress replied, well, that's about right. Ariel thought, I must absolutely keep this woman alive. Then she said, I have decided. I will stay with this. Both of them said, what? Next scene, at night, the Empress asked, are you sure about this? Ariel replied, honestly, how many times do I have to say I'm fine? She thought, Beto, the Shinigami, aside from Acheron, there is no god in the heavens who can match him. His divine power is beyond formidable. But no matter how strong Beto is, I have a secret weapon. The Empress thought, my illness isn't contagious or anything, but still, I can't help but worry a little. What if my sickly energy affects a child? Then she said, it's been so long since I last held someone while sleeping, and now it's such a small, adorable child. Ariel asked, but you have the twins, don't you? The Empress replied, yes, but those two are not very attached to me, and that's because I haven't been able to stay by their side. Ariel asked, why not? The Empress replied, because of my illness. She thought, when I was first diagnosed, I hurriedly left the palace, thinking I shouldn't trouble my husband or children. But after spending all that time alone at the retreat, I realized two things, that I don't have much time left, and that deep, aching loneliness in my heart. She said, after that, I hurried back to the palace, but 4 years was far too long for those children. To them, I had been gone for an eternity. What a dull story. I should have sung you a lullaby instead. She thought, when I finally reunited with the children I had longed to see, they looked at me with such troubled expressions, and I didn't know what to do. But thanks to you, I think I'll have a wonderful dream tonight. Good night, my sweet little lady. Next morning Elvire asked, what if mother dies? Claude shouted, don't be ridiculous. Why would mother die? Elvire told him. The servants were talking about it. They said her condition isn't getting any better. Claude asked, who the hell said that? Who's been spreading that nonsense? Tell me so I can make them pay. Ariel thought. She said they weren't attached to her, but it looks like the Empress has it all wrong. They clearly worry about her. The prince asked, wait, since when have you been standing there? You think it's okay to eavesdrop on the royal princes? Just because you spent one night in the palace, you think you can walk around like you own the place? Ariel asked, what are you talking about? I just happened to hear it. Besides, where I walk is none of your concern, you insolent little. The prince shouted, what did you just say, arrogant brat? Just because father showed you a little favor, don't let it go to your head. You've sealed your fate. Today I'll finally. Then he thought, I skipped a meal yesterday. What terrible timing, but I just couldn't eat, not when I saw how unwell mother looked. It's embarrassing. Ariel told him, here, eat this. The prince asked, that's a cookie. Ariel continued, I'm giving you part of my precious stash, so be grateful. The prince replied, I never asked for it. Besides, there are plenty of those around. Ariel said, is that so? Then I'll just eat it myself. The prince thought, what was that just now? Then he said, fine, whatever, I don't have an appetite anyway. How could I? When mother is so sick, Ariel told him, "Don't worry, Her Majesty is not going to die." The prince asked, "What do you mean? How do you know she won't die?" Ariel told him, "There is a pilaf. As long as I don't get tired of eating pilaf." Suddenly, she said, "Here it comes. You little brats should stop worrying and just go eat something." Maids were running in saying, "Your Majesty, please stay strong, I'll call His Majesty at once." Ariel thought, "So it's finally happening, he's here, I've been waiting long enough." Then she said, "Beto, get away from that woman." Like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.